Boom.
Nobody do it how we does it, If you don't know by now, we got into some altercations the other day, didn't we? With a few... Because apparently the title was clickbait. To be fair, we've had apologies and all sorts. Everybody's friends again. But apparently there is to be absolutely no jokes. I don't know who's in charge of doing the jokes, but apparently I'm not allowed to make one. So we're never to joke about anything ever. Do you know, funnily enough, I'd have actually been... I'd have been up for Jose... like at the start, not at the start of the year, because obviously I wanted Farker. But I wouldn't have been so adverse to it, like long term. But now, to be honest, how I've seen how my man Farker's got on with it, I think we can do genuinely better. I think, let my man, let the doctor at the helm ride it out a little longer. And then see what comes up, really. See where we are in the league as well, It might be quite a prospect. I think everybody just got a little bit lubed up by when he said that he'd go to a lesser club, like a club in divisions down type of thing. So, yeah, we've got it on in background. To be fair, I'm not particularly bothered about the game. So I'm happy to chat. Yes, Solomon, what's good, big man? Yes, AO. If you could smash us a like, guys, it's much appreciated. Might have a special guest today. Greengrass might be joining us, so which would be a joy, wouldn't it? Big Greengrass in the building. Benfica haven't got an open hell, have they? I can't remember what Mourinho said, but something along the lines of... Did Juve beat Galatasaray? Yes, Baseline Bible, what's good, big man? Burn the Witch, I say, with a little tar and feathering as a build-up. Lights torch. Love it, 78 RPM. I'm not sure what it means, but Burn the Witch, I say, with a little tar and feathering as a build-up. With a little tar and feathering. Nah, I'm not a wicked fire starter, unfortunately. It might be a joke now, but what a fucking laugh that would be. There is a world where you'd have to get behind it, wouldn't you, if he came in. Robert Smith's not having none of it. Wrexham on it background, 4-2. Wrexham drew Chelsea, didn't they, in FA Cup? You'd have to get behind it if it were to ever happen, though. You can't deny it, really, in reality. We haven't even introduced a badger here, have we? Get that badger. In and on and over here. We had to move back to get his greatness in. The comments, unfortunately, are covering him up, so... Luckily, I'm not sharing my screen, because when you get on these dodgy feeds, there's some right imagery pops up, I could do without it, really. I don't need putting off. Yeah, have they done them, though, Luke? They diddled them. Would you be on board with it, John? Josie is a dirty, cheating bastard, says AO, and we've enough problems with the anti-Leeds bias with refs, and we 100% don't need Leeds being turned into a shit show. I would still get behind it long term, but I agree. I'm more than happy with my man Daniel Farker. If you don't know by now, you never knew. Don't you know what tar and feathering is? Must be the nasty Scot/Irish blood in me. It's not nice at all. I can't say I do know what tar and feathering is. But you know what I'm going to do, don't you? 78 RPM, which Roger Slicker will appreciate. I'm going to Google it. Tar and feathering. Tarring and feathering is a form of public ritualised torture and humiliation used primarily in medieval Europe and colonial America to enforce vigilante justice or political conformity. Victims were stripped, covered in pine jar, coated in feathers and paraded through the streets to cause humiliation and pain. Good Lord, 78 RPM. You take no prisoners at your gaff, mate. Be no messing about. Rather keep the boss. We'll build this squad in a steady manner. Yes, I agree, Lee Radley. It's just a bit of clickbait, and it just to juice the fan base up a little bit, just to irritate a few people. Because I got called disgusting the other day on my headline, so I thought I'd keep it rolling. You know, keep on the disgusting. Keep with the disgusting headlines. Does it, AO? Yeah, the only thing is the camera's a bit volatile because it's just a webcam that's like sits on top of my screen. So I've used it for like other stuff, like mainly for streaming, but obviously for streaming. But I mean like not really for this type of shit. But it means I can close my laptop, you see. Vinicius Junior on a jukebox. Yes, Greengrass, we'll get you on in 5 minutes if you're up for it, big man. Fucking hell, 78 RPM. He's a good old kneecapping. I know what a kneecapping is, but is it just smashing the knees up, or is the actual, you know, what's the actual detail of it? A kneecapping. A kneecapping. Torture. Would it be torture? Kneecap torture. Kneecapping. It's a form of malicious wounding in which a victim is injured in the knee. I know that, that's what I'm saying, but what do you do? The most common method is a low-velocity gunshot to the back of the knee using handgun. Fucking hell. I didn't know it was that bad. A low-velocity gunshot, what does that mean? So just don't blow your leg away. Just what's low velocity? I know obviously means it's not heavy. But how low do you go? You know. Physical damage. The shooting causes severe tissue and nerve damage, joint fractures, and damage to surrounding structures, leading to extreme pain and long-term dysfunction. Victims suffer permanent injury, with some estimates suggesting 1 in 5 victims limped for the rest of their lives, and some required limb amputation. Sweet baby, Jesus, 78 RPM. This is not how I thought we'd. This is not how I thought we'd begin the night, you know. But you know, if it comes up, it must come out. 78 RPM. Strikes again, brother. I appreciate you. Yeah. Google confirmed. Yes, JM Nickel. Evening, Jose. And you know it, mate. I'm hoping they can do Real Madrid over here. Our future manager can do Real Madrid over, and then we can sort of see into our future being the underdog. He said something earlier about they don't need a miracle, but they need a perfect night or something. Because this is the new format as well, innit? Which I kind of like, to be fair. John says, we are always a shit show one way or another. We've got frigging cows on our shirts. Jay would be a laugh. He'd be all about, he'd get it, wouldn't he, to be fair? He would get he'd get the vibe, and he'd know plenty about us. He's been in England long enough, hasn't he? I mean, to be fair, we probably weren't even in league, were we, when he was there, but that's how terrifying that is. When they were winning leagues, we won't have been in it, will we? Fucking hell, that's some time ago, isn't it? He hasn't won up for a long time, really, has he? You know, apart from finishing second for Man United, which he says is his greatest ever achievement. That was the gay Yank version, not the Irish hot tar. What is RPM? Greengrass. I need to wait for Roger Slicker before Greengrass gets in and on and over here. Have you got your headphones ready, Greengrass? There's 2 forms. One, you can use a baseball bat. Oh, spillage. Picks it up on second attempt. From the Mbappe effort. They've got too much going forward, haven't they? You'd think Real Madrid for Benfica. And they have come into a bit of form, haven't they? But let's get to the serious business. You can use a baseball bat or use a lump of lead at point blank range. Fucking hell. An uncle who we never mentioned lost both legs and a lot of skin, including his scalp. Fucking hell, RPM. That is... heinous, big man. Heinous. I'm presuming committed a heinous crime also, but Bolt Croppers on hamstring works well. The Torture Channel, yes, Lee Radley, and you know it, mate. So we get around all the hot topics, don't we? Every night's turning into Underlap night in it at this rate. But if we want to talk torture, I've got your back. Do you know what I mean? You don't need to worry over here. We're talking torture. Mr. Whitesnake in the building. What's good, big man? I'm trying to see your thumbnail there, because it comes up really small. But what's with thumbnail? That one of your AI jobbies? Mr. Whitesnake in the building. In the depths of the dark room of JackCity there looms a man called Jack, who is forever on the attack. Alas, I cannot stay as the dog needs a walk and other things are in play. Have a good evening. And that, sir, is perfectly put, Mr. Whitesnake. We'd never expect anything less of you, mate. It's perfectly put, wonderfully put. Poetic, synthetic, and semi-synthetic, actually. And, just creates all-round erections for everybody, doesn't it? Considering Keno needs a new hip, he put Jill Scott to bed in the corridor sprint. I thought you were going to make that sexual Roger. Again, very random of you. I enjoy how random your mind works, really, Roger, where you think you've got to go, like... I feel like you're waiting to say things, and then as soon as somebody goes live, it's like, right, I can finally say that Keno beat Jill Scott in a corridor sprint. Mr. Whitesnake, maybe back later if you're still on. Hello to all in chat, take care, my love. Appreciate you, Mr. Whitesnake. Yeah, we will be. I'm going to be here for full game at least, so... But we are 11 minutes in, so you're losing time already, so crack on, mate, crack on. Yes, green grass. Green grass! He nests not what pronunciation you are saying. He nests not what pronunciation you are saying. He nests. Heinous. Not what pronunciation you are saying. Heinous is the right word, isn't it? Heinous is like... Oh, shit, no, it's not. Heinous, yeah. Heinous. 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 I can spell it, I just can't say it. It's rare that I can spell something that Heinous. I thought that was heinous. We're going to have to pull it up, aren't we? How do you say heinous? So, this is going to be hard to do. How do you say heinous? Heinous. Now I've spelled it fucking wrong now, hang on. What's good? What am I doing here? H-E-I-N-O-U-S. N-H-E-I. So do you say it like he-nus? Or do you say heen like Heinz, heen-eus? Heinous. Truthfully, I need to know. This probably is about... This is as serious as a poll can get, boys. Bob and Mimi. In the house, yes, Johnny the Frog. What's good, big man? Lucy made it for me. She will be doing more as we go. Thumbnails, I mean. Yes, indeed, Mr. Whitesnake. It's perfect, mate. I can't really see it. As I said, I need to really get zoomed up in that bitch and get, I need to see whitesier eyeballs on it, to be honest. But we'll get there, Mr. Whitesnake. I'll be seeing it. Green grass. Torture watching the Chosen One ruin everything at Leeds. Self before team. Yeah, it would be. If it went... It'd either... I know this is obvious, but it'd either be like... Top class, wouldn't it? Or it'd be heinous, wouldn't it? And it'd go really sour, and then he'd just fuck us over a little bit. 'Cause, as I say, he's not been the force that he once was for a while now, has he? So get that badger in and on and over here. Get up, Johnny the Frog. Appreciate you, brother. That's the only thing about his camera angle. It don't quite, I know I mentioned it the other day, but somebody said we need a plinth for him, or like a box to place him on, but that's too close to the eyeballs again. I feel like I'm all up in his grill. And the irony is he does have a grill, doesn't he? That is a grill of effect. In theory, there's a grill going on. Greengrass better be prepared for Andy, and Just Joe hasn't been the same since Andy, and clashed on your live stream, Jack. Just Joe hasn't been the same since he and Andy clashed on it. It doesn't surprise me. Just Joe hasn't been the same since I took that first touch at the at training in charity match. Benfica header. Ooh, easy save. A heinous crime. Is it? Have I got it wrong? Pronounced heinous. Oh my god, is it heinous? Oh shit. Oh, 78 RPM. You're a fucking boyo, mate. Have we not been on since then, though? 78 RPM. These goal bonuses are wild, by the way. I appreciate you 78 RPM, and you do know it. You better know it anyway. You gotta know it. I appreciate you, brother. Shout out to 78 RPM, who strikes again. Every single time he strikes. Yes, Dale Hodgson. Hi, brother. Good game in the cup. Norwich. Here we could go. We go. Here. We go. Would you go full out in the cup? I don't think we need to go full beans. I think we can just do similar to what we did against Birmingham, to be honest. Against Norwich. And also, we've got the home advantage, haven't we? And I do think, you know, the players, it's much easier for players, and we've battered them last year, didn't we, and year before. So, you know, and they've not, I don't actually know where they are in league. Greengrass told me that they've been a bit hit and miss, but I was actually working in Norwich today. I've been in Norwich all day. Yeah, they're 17th in league, so they've been a bit pony. So we should be able to do them, and then you literally, we're in, aren't we? Heinous. I mean, it's, you know, we're going all the way if we get through Norwich, which you think we should do. Man City have drawn Newcastle, so that's one big team out. I think other than that, I don't think there's many big teams. Brentford are playing another Premier, is that West Ham or something, another Premier League team. Because, you know, I know West Ham have been shit, but the more Premier League teams that draw each other, just, you know, the easier the cup competition becomes ultimately, doesn't it? Or just to nick your way to semi-finals, really. And then it starts getting exciting. That's what I mean. Anyone that didn't want the cup run must be mad. It's like, I'm already excited when strike from edge at box. Good. Well, it's straight down keeper's throat, but he's got hold of that. Guller. Heinous. A heinous crime. So I've spelled it wrong on both. And I didn't give the option to not be wrong. To not be wrong. I should have put option 3, none of the above, yeah. That's all I know. H-ness. Yes, Enar in the wings. It's pronounced Henius. 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 Yeah, what did I say? Heinous. And then Heinous. Heinous. Heinous? I am joking. Yes, Enar. Oh, 78 RPM. Fucking the man, the myth, the legend, brother. Appreciate you, and you know it. Actually winning an FA Cup shootout bonus. Actually going through bonus 78 RPM. Actually feeling good about winning a game in an FA Cup. You know, actually beating a bonus. Actually beating a championship side that you should beat bonus. Actually going away at 12 o'clock and beating the team that are half in form that won't normally do you over but end up doing you over because it's FA Cup bonus. So keep the well, no, you don't have no more money bonuses, 78 RPM, but create your own bonus. Just no more money, 78 RPM. I appreciate you, brother. But yeah, the bonus you can do, you know, pick your bonus, mate. Yes, Luke, what's good? Mr. Whitesnake getting the love off Enar that he deserves. Heinous. Highness. Highness. No, it can't be highness. Hey up, Vinny Jr. Oh, he's put it wide. He has put it wide. Neither of the polls pronounce it correctly, but option B is the closest. Oh, I really should have. I should have deliberated there, shouldn't I? Truth be told, he now getting the love he so deserves. Cumbersome. This is the draw I wanted, and Daniel told me in confidence he did too. Don't tell anyone. Yeah, there's got to be an element of that 78 RPM, hasn't there, to be fair, with he must be a bit buzzing that they've got Norwich, really, especially at Argaff. Because he put it on him a little bit, didn't he, when we played against them, don't you think, in Championship? He did sort of like, you know, there's no love lost, does there? Because he was there quite a while, hasn't he? And he did well there, didn't he? So they do love him, but he wasn't he didn't soften up to him by any means. You know, he still did his woo to all real fans, to all Leeds fans. Me and Greengrass were discussing the other day whether or not Norwich are a well-supported side. I don't know the answer to that, to be fair. So any club other than ours, I couldn't give a monkeys about. You know it, Roger. Cumbersome. I still don't know whether that's the right one or it's cumbersome. It can't be cumbersome, so it must be clumbersome. But I think, even now that I think it's clumbersome, I bet it's cumbersome, innit? But cumbersome just doesn't work for me whatsoever, but what do I know? Farke might be or will be top coach to keep us up. And a good cup run. Come on, Leeds. Dale Hodgson. There ain't no doubt about it. It's on. Farke's at the helm. Going to keep us up. Truly. It's happening, mate. Do not fear. If we lose to Villa and City, Voldemort and me are going on an FA Cup out march. Yeah, go for it, Roger, yeah. He marches everywhere, doesn't he, to be fair? Marching on his own. Marching all alone. I want to see you out the FA Cup, you bastards. Yeats up there, Hodgson. Yes, JT, smash them likes, boys. Got 27 in room, only 20 likes, so cozy on up to them like buttons. Hit them likes, brother. Yes, JT. Heinous. Wrexham. Do you want Wrexham to do well, Luke? I should have whacked it. I might start whacking bets on or something. 16th league, 54 points. Not 54 points. 4 points off Hull. 4 points off Ipswich, who are like, you know, pushing. I know they've got a couple of games in hand, don't they? Because if they win their 2 games in hand, they go 2 points behind Coventry. That right? Yeah. I was hoping, because Coventry did Middlesbrough over, didn't they, yesterday? And I was hoping that wouldn't be the case, because Middlesbrough have been on a good run, haven't they? And I would love it if Frank fucked it up, to be honest. So I'd love it if we beat them. It'd be piss funny. It's happening, Dale Hodgson. Don't fear, mate. Do not fear. Farke is our record-breaking coach. He is Leeds. Yes, indeed, 78 RPM. What would it take for Farke to get stripes? Like, genuinely, to get, you know, to go down. You can go, I think you can go as far to say a legend, can't you? Because I don't think anybody would argue that Bielsa's a legend at the club. But, you know, Farke could potentially achieve more than Bielsa. How long did Bielsa last? 2 seasons in Prem. 2 seasons to come up, 2 seasons in Prem. He didn't get through his second season, did he? So, if Farke gets through this season, we've been nowhere near as good as Bielsa's first season. But if he gets through this season, and we finish 12th, 14th, 13th, say, Benfica on edge at box, and then we get into 8th next year, say, with Farke, he has Benfica edge at box. Oh! He always pulls a save out as Courtois, doesn't he? You've got to give him his. He always pulls a top save out, that bastard. He is a good keeper, Courtois. I never overly madly rated him at Chelsea, but that's just because I don't really like Chelsea, do I? But it was a good effort. I don't know if it took a deflection, because I've got a pop-up that's like sits right over the top of fucking ball. But yeah, it took a massive deflection. That is a excellent save. The big old boy in here as well, Courtois. He gets down well. Goes down well, so his lass has not informed me, but I'm sure he pleasures his lady. You what, Luke? Are you joking? After all this time, nobody can hear me. What do you mean? Yeah, Farke. If we finished 8th next year, and then even if they moved him on, but why would you move him on if he gets us to 8th next year? What would we be moving him on for? Unless Jurgen Klopp fancies it, or, you know, Pep's had enough at City or something. And even then, you know, don't you just want Doctor at the helm, really? I just don't know what he'd have to do in order to get the yes, Dale Hodgson. Appreciate you, brother. Just tell her it's my stag do or something. Just say it's his stag do. You know, I'd said I wouldn't go because I didn't want to upset you, but it's his stag do, so let me at least, you know, stay with boy. Stay with gang on his stag do. The Delia special says green grass. Green grass. Green grass. I suppose pronunciation will also vary by accents. Yeah, like very. I nearly said very then. Vary by accents. Very indeed. So I got them both wrong. So everybody put he-nus. He-man. I'm going to put Cam Farker. Last long enough, not in bed. Last long enough, shagging. Last long enough to better Bielsa. Bielsa legacy. Because I do think it's just the case of lasting long enough. If he's here for 5 years, how can he not have, you know, outdone the man, the myth, the legend? Henius, henius, henius. Yes, I appreciate you, mate, with the in the dictionary corner, pronunciation corner. Jack, why don't you like the little Scouser helper on the overlap asking for a friend? Because he's a clout chaser, Roger. He's a clout chaser. He's exactly the type of person that I get accused of being when somebody don't watch the video and they just pop in and go, who's this fucking clout chasing dickhead with clickbait headlines or whatever, like. There's an element of clout chasing, I understand, but he doesn't need to be there. And they're manufacturing this. Him and that douchebag Gary Neville, who I love watching overlap, to be fair, although it does get on my tits sometimes. But everything gets on my tits, so it is what it is. But they're manufacturing this meeting where him and Gary Neville are pretending that they hadn't seen each other for 40 minutes before. And you know that, and you know it, because they filmed 2 in one day. They filmed the 1 week and then the next week all in 1 day, in 2 hours, 3 hours or whatever. Which is fine. That's obviously, it's a big production thing that they do. I think it's well overproduced, by the way. I think there's that many people on payroll. I think it's completely unnecessary to have that many people on payroll. When you imagine, you know, I don't know how many people work for Joe Rogan, but it will not be anywhere near as many as the overlap. There's only 5 of them. They just sit there and talk about football for an hour. There's not even another camera shot. There's no camera angle. And there's like a team of like 8 of them to decide what they talk about in the thing. And Gary Neville just comes in and sits down and says, well, Arsenal lost at weekend, so should we talk about that? And then they all go, yeah, that sounds great. And then he goes, and Thierry Henry's the guest, so should we talk about how mint he was at football? And they all go, yes. So that little weasel worms his way in. He goes, oh, Gary, do you want a cup of tea? And then he comes in halfway through thing and he gets Roy's tea and he goes, all right. And Roy goes, oh, thank you. And it's all like, fuck you off. Fucking do one. Sling your up, mate. Win a trophy and or qualify for Europe. He's 100%. That's wild though, isn't it? What if he wins it this year, 78 RPM? Genuinely, what if we got FA Cup this year? And then it all goes a bit tits up next year. What's been the verdict, Dale Hodgson? I'm eagerly awake because I've been on a rant. Have you seen the meme of Fark with a 6-pack then snogging Big Sam? No, I haven't, Roger Slicker. Sound back in the building, Luke. That's what we need to hear, mate. Yes, Dazzler 15. Hey up, Jack. My student band is called My First Fingering. Do you feel this is appropriate? Good show, by the way. Mate, if you want to go with My First Fingering, I mean, it's got a ring to it, both in name and feel. You know, I think band names, you've got to have a feel for a band name, haven't you? And My First Fingering, everybody can relate to. And also, you know, if anybody was to ask about your first fingering, why it's called my first fingering, you know, you'd be able to say that there's, you know, you've not read it right. That's not what I'm discussing. You know, my first fingering, because, you know, when you're kids, everybody had a ring, didn't they, when they were a kid? You know, I remember my first fingering. It was an Etnies one. And then I looked like a douchebag for a day at school, and then I bottled it after that. Heinous, yes, Mark B. I know we're getting there, mate. I was, I still think it's heinous. Heinous. I still think you can say heinous. I know I said heinous. Oh, Southie, what you saying, big man? Good evening, Jack. Let yourself a takeaway. We're going on a cup run. Appreciate you, Southie, brother, and you know it, mate. You're a legend. Thank you, brother. I had a takeaway and a kebab, though. I've had a kebab and a takeaway. I had a kebab on Sunday and a Chinese last night, so I appreciate you, but I cannot have another takeaway. No. But I appreciate you, Southie. I'll save it for a takeaway day. Appreciate you, brother. Shout out to Southie. Shout out to 78 RPM and Southie. And each and every which one of you, as you well know, but appreciate you, Dale Hodgson. Thanks for joining us, mate. Thanks for being with us. Come one, come all. Appreciate you. We are a river to our people. I'm still Farker out, even if we stay up or not, JT. You cannot mean that. If he did fluke the cup, he would be an instant legend with no reasonable argument against it. Nobody'd be able to bat an eyelid against it, 78 RPM. Nobody. You won't have a leg to stand on. Why, JT? So if he won the league, would you not get behind him? He got us into Champions League, you won't get behind it. Benfica, edge at botch, I don't know who it is, so probably, I don't know any of the players, I haven't looked at the squad. Probably do know one of the players, but I probably just didn't know who played for the club, so. Indeed, Dale Hodgson, it's, this is what it is, isn't it? This is how we all feel, brother. You know, when you're down and out, sometimes I don't want to go online, and then when I do, I go like, yeah, I feel better for that now, you know. For having that chat with the boyos, the bullshit chat. They're a bunch of boring bastards and glad I don't listen to them. I can't remember what that's about. Oh, overlap were I banging on about then? Yeah, I've been banging on about overlap then, won't I? Do you know what, White Swan? Buenos nachos. Cornetto. Cornetto were poor, wasn't it, the other day? I do feel for him in FA Cup, just in any cup tie. Did it to Geldart. Nonto sort of went through it a bit as well on Sunday. But Nonto's obviously got more in tank for us, hasn't he? He's been at the club longer and we sort of know exactly what we're getting from Nonto. But Perry was good, ultimately, wasn't it? Although, I've got to say, there were a couple of corners where, you know, I'm expecting him to come win the ball and he's literally like laid on his back, like rolling around. And I just think like, how have you... I'm looking at replay thinking, where are you? Where's he gone? Where is the keeper? And then obviously it zooms out and he's literally like... I don't even think he was inside his net. I think he was like the other side of the post, laid down on his back. I just think you've got to be stronger, Perry. You're 8'9". You're the fucking lurch, mate. You're lurch. You've got to be able to do more. Lurch. You rang. Oh, there's too many fucking screenshots on here. I'm trying to find Lurch, guys. There's too many from Underlap. I don't want to get rid of them. I need to put them. I need to like segment them up. Oh, I must be near now. I must be near. There's some fucking belters, but I can't use them because it's not. There we go. There he is. My keeper. Laying other side at net. Laying other side at post. But I agree, White Swan. Yeah, I felt for Cornetto. It's hard for you to get into, he's also unaware of his surroundings. It also does back up what Farke's doing as well. Tanaka's looked off at Boyle and stuff, and you've got to accept that players will come in and out of form. We're not at that level either. I mean, players at the top level, Foden's had massive spells out of form, hasn't he? Saka can't score goals, he's not necessarily out of form, but he never gets any goals. So, it takes a little bit of time, doesn't it? And if they've got the minerals, Farke will... I don't know what you do with minerals, really, actually, but... Jack, would you class yourself as having an eclectic taste in music? I think it's one of the biggest cop-outs in music, Roger Slicker saying I've got an eclectic taste. I think it sounds cool, but the reality is you just like eclectic just means you just like whatever you like, doesn't it? Because I just like, if I like something, I just like it. I don't care if it's if it's cool or it's down with kids. If I like it, I like it, and I trust my taste in music to actually understand. I trust my taste in music, yeah, where I can understand something even if it's not my thing. Don't really particularly care for indie music, say, by and large. But, if you put 5 indie tracks on, I'd pick my favourite one pretty quickly. And hey, it's getting a bit fisticuffy here. What's occurring here? Oh, legendary. MVG, 1, 2, 3. Nobody do it how he does it. Heinous, or heinous is not heinous. There is no I after the N. Also, hello, by the way. Yes, MVG. So, heinous is equals heinous or heinous. It is not. Oh my God! Right, I see what you're saying. So what have I got wrong? Are they 2 different words or what? Fuck knows. But appreciate you, MVG, as you well know. Jesus, he looks see Otamendi. I told you I knew some players. Just didn't know Otamendi played for him. I actually like Otamendi as well, like World Cup winner, innit, mate? Jack, originally you said he ni Heinous, which is why we're having a different conversation. Fuck it. Honestly, I can't read the word as it's spelled. Never mind if you break it up into like 7 different things. Dr. Farke and the Medics, Luke. I need to write that down, Luke, because I forget Dr. Farke and the Medics every time, and I love it. Dr. Farke and the Medics. And I say Dr. Farke all the time, so... I can't believe it doesn't, because every time you say it, it makes me laugh. Why be such a dark cloud, JT? Come on, JT. I saw just Joe. He's looking well. See, are you positive about that, JT? Shout out to MVG. Shout out to 78 RPM. Shout out to my man Southie. Shout out to every which one of you, as you well know. But green grass. As much as I love Bielsa, Farke will change his style of play. Yeah, I think that gets over-egged with Bielsa, to be fair. I think, you just got to implement your... I didn't want Bielsa to change, so... It was too late for that. Dale, are you including the bridge builder in your compliment? I would imagine he is, Roger. We're all... It's one love over here, and it's puppy love. No, not puppy love. It's one love, innit? It's that nonsense. It's peace and love is the answer to all our queries, innit? Yes, no, he's not been on for... He's away, innit? Living his best life, getting healthy. Vinny Jr. here in box, whining and dining. He's lost ball, though. Benfica to break. My lad falls over. Good stuff. Yes, Southie, my man. This season is going far better than expected. Let's enjoy the moment while we can. More tough games coming up. Absolutely, Southie. And there might be some more days, over the next few months. Well, there won't be there. We don't have a few months to go at, really. But next 2-3 weeks. Man City and Villa could be heinous, couldn't it? Or it could be heinous, or it could be heinous, or... It could be Heinius or any which way you want to, display it, really. But we're going to have to ride it out. And my man, Dr. Farker and the medics, they can do that. The medics will be at work with Okafor now, having pulled up. Dan James pulled up. The medics will be at work. Dr. Farker and the medics. No need for Parag. Who'd have thought it? Parag stepped up into Championship and then don't fancy it in Prem. Makes you sick. The one who will really come good is Okafor, in my opinion. He's still settling in. I agree, 78 RPM. He shows enough... willing. And I've said this before about him, but I think he sees himself as a big-time player. And that can seem rude. But... really, your wingers and that, you want them to be big timers, don't you? So, and he does have that aura about him, doesn't he? The Herman Monster, yes, green grass. Yes, Dale, I can get you send some scran, mate, with your lady. I forgot Lurch was still in there, to be fair. Green grass. I want her nicked. You rang. Jack, we wax lyrical about the change in formation adaptation, but did we lose that match eventually 3-2? Yeah, do you mean to Man City? Like one of the best teams of this era? Yeah, we did. We lost that game, Roger, yeah, but I think we could all see the benefit of what he did. You rang. No, Jack, there is no such word as heinous. Only heinous. Only highness. Heinous. Just like there is no such word as lackadaisical. Is that true? Is lackadaisical a word? Lackadaisical a word? Succulent Chinese food. It's in dictionaries. Lackadaisical. Or taking a lackadaisical. Lackadaisical. Fuck knows. I don't know if that's a diss at me, MVG. Are you taking piss out of me because I say lackadaisical? I think it probably is, isn't it? Bridge builder as well, if he's sound. Yeah, Dale Hodgson, he's a work in progress. Drives me up the wall, that one. It's lackadaisical. Yeah, I'm definitely a lackadaisical type of fella, though, MVG. And I did think it was lackadaisical, so I hold my hands up. I shot the sheriff. Mbappe's in. He's put it well wide and over. But I did not shoot the deputy. Vinny Jr. is probably offside there, cutting it back. I don't know why I'm calling him Vinny Jr. I don't like calling players by nicknames, do I? But it kind of is Vinny, in it, but Vinicius Jr. But I don't want to say Vinicius Jr. every time. Yes, Brett, what's good, big man? These random lives are throwing me off, of course. Yes, indeed, Brett. We just pop in, don't we? Pop on, tune in, and then everybody tunes out. Everybody's lackadaisical with that. Jack, if you're in touch with Joe, pass my love on. Hope he's well. I shall do, Southie. Yeah, I speak to him most days, mates. I will do. Southie sends his love, Joe. I've not put that in the fucking... I'm putting that on my notes like a dickhead. Brett's in the building, boys and Bob. Me, Mick. I think it is... Oh, they're in. Good save, Benfica. I don't know who the keeper is. Good save. It's Mbappe again, I think. I'm not a pronunciation man, am I? Jack, we ain't taking piss. I know a person who couldn't pronounce misled. They said mizzled. What does my mate... I can't remember what... for heard, like, oh, I heard this track. Vinicius Junior's in. He's gone wide. It's good defensive work. To be fair, he's got a block off there. He says heard. So he'll say, oh, I heard this track the other day. And I'm like, you what? Yes, he is indeed, Dale. Why in the world would you pronounce it Henius? It's a poor finish from Mbappe, that. I'm having to sign out with the Henius pronunciation now. I just have to. I'll just revert back to sort. It's one of them words that I'll say right one time and then the next time I won't. And it could be 30 seconds apart. It could be the sentence apart. They're in again here. Oh, what a save again! Benfica hanging on here. It's hot shit though. It's good stuff. It's a good strike that. I think it might get a deflection, but good strike. He's had a couple of good decent strikes, to be fair. No, it's through defender's legs. Good save again. Both keepers on in fine fettle. Yes, Darren Elliott, what's good, big man? All right, pal, love the shows. Question. Love the shows. Cheers, brother. I appreciate you. Question. Okafor out for a while. May well benefit us. Nonto to finally get a run. Maybe, I hope. Quality at last to come in. Yes, indeed, Darren Elliott. It'll be interesting. Well, obviously, Dan James apparently has picked up a knock as well, so we don't know what perhaps is occurring with that. But we do have quite a strong squad, really. And we do have options up there, don't we? And it might go back towards, it's not that it's a two up top thing, but, Metcha's an option, isn't he? Up there more with Calvert-Lewin. But obviously he has opted for having Aronson in there with the left winger, so he's not going to go Dan James, because I think that's an Aronson swap or a formation swap, really, if he goes Dan James. Although, having said that, the other day, and I can't remember the game, but it was at home, he put Dan James on, not on the left, but sort of in Okafor's position to get in and around Calvert-Lewin. So he will have a plan for him. Mbappe in down left here, cuts it back. Defender's done all right. Yeah, so there's a plan. There's a plan. Them letters, they're always on move, mate. It's a puzzle to me. MVG, it's pronounced Henius. Okafor doesn't work hard enough for me. Like him, though. I would say, though, it's not, it's only MIDI, big man. So it's not, I'd need to plug it. I need to open Ableton and it'll just make my computer freak out for 2 minutes and then everybody will go, where's he fucking gone? Where's he fucking gone, the silly bastard? Where's he gone? I actually think he has put a lot. I agree, Darren, by the way, but I think he has put it in more past. He's not been on the verge of getting dropped, has he? But sorry, Badger. But he's been. He's not had as many minutes. He's not been as trusted with as many minutes as he first was. He looked like he was going to be like, the mainstay, wasn't he? Really. I think Farke just put a bit of trust in him, and then he's sort of taken it not away from him. Real Madrid here, Mbappe again, blocked. It's got to be half-time, ref. Blow up, ref. So that'll do you, ref. That'll do you, ref. But yeah, I do think he's putting in a little bit more work now. Green grass. Not just you, Jack. So many people mispronounce lackadaisical. Well, I say I'm so convinced it's lackadaisical, even though I've Googled it and found out that it isn't, that I can't get on board with it being lackadaisical, because that just don't feel like it works whatsoever. Every year the dictionary has new words, so we'll make it up as we go along. Lackadaisical. I thought lackadaisical, I got the whole thing mixed up. Lackadaisical's in there, not lackadaisical. Jack, you can blast us all out of the water on your raps, but yet Henius, your kryptonite. Well, I'm going to take that as somewhat a compliment as well, Roger, and you've got to take what you get in terms of compliments when it comes from the slicker, aren't you? So JT says, not a dark cloud, just being honest, in my opinion, I don't want him here next season, either Prem or Champa and someone else life, and not to do with me. Keep my noses out of all of it. just Leeds talk. Be careful what you wish for, because you might just get it. And when you get it, you might not know what you're going to do when it all comes to you tenfold. I said, be careful what you wish for. This unfortunately is true, AO. So fucking idiots like Voldemort who use words they have no idea the meaning of end up influencing everyone into using them wrong. The double pivot! Talk about the double pivot. We're working on the double pivot. He uses poignant all the goddamn time and never in the right context. Yes, MVG. Poignant. Poignant. Not actually watching, but it sounds like they need DCL and Metcha out there. Oh, yeah, up top. You know it's 78 RPM. Metcha's got a thunder blaster, hasn't he? Edge at box, he's shown it against Forest, shown it against Birmingham. I feel like he scored another whopper. His stats, I don't know if anybody watched my video the other day, but his stats are mint as well. There's only like Erling Haaland that's got a better goal and assist per minute in Premier League for a striker. Now, obviously, he hasn't played as much as Haaland, but that kind of isn't at the point. If he gets to 10, 12 goals this season, and so does Lewin, you've got 24 goals out of your two strikers, haven't you? And Metcha's hardly played many minutes, really. And again, Dr. Farker and the medics are pulling it out of bags. He's picked up a couple of knocks and then he's got back. I do think Dr. Farker and the medics are good at managing these alleged injury-prone players. He's shown it over the past few seasons now. Everybody that's been injury-prone or allegedly made of biscuits. I mean, we said that about Byram, and he played shitloads last year, or maybe the year before. I can't remember when he particularly played loads. But, this idea that he's made of biscuits just didn't end up being true. Same with Calvert-Lewin this year. You never know, he might pick up a bad injury. But Metcha, Ampadu, Gruev, they've all had injuries. They've all had decent injuries, and they've come back from them. The only one that you'd say is struggling a bit is Dan James to get back. This Sunderland versus Leeds in the FA Cup looking like it could come to fruition. Yes, indeed, Brett. It'd be an absolute blockbuster, mate. I know, it's a big game for us, that, JT. You'd probably be hoping that we lose, though, to be fair, won't you? So you can get on your Farker out horse. James back probs, I think. I didn't really see what was said, to be fair. I just assumed at Birmingham, but I felt like shit, didn't I? That it'd just be a case that he's taking Cornetto instead. Liverpool looking at Bogle. I can't imagine that, Dale Hodgson. Honestly, there's some right shit floating around about Bogle. I mean, I think Bogle's mint, but I think Bogle's the type of player that will move on and be moved on, though, that being said. But, I mean, I love Bogle, but to go from Trent Alexander to Bogle's a bit mad, isn't it? We've had 3 away ties, but got Port Vale or Bristol City next. Yeah. In good shape, Brett. In good shape. In good shape, brah. Nonto has always only ever been potential. He needs to step up and grab a place. It won't be given for free. I don't think he will do it with us now. I am inclined to agree with you, 78 RP. I'm actually rating Nonto, and I think he'll go on to have a decent career. But he showed more promise than any of our youngsters, really, didn't he? Apart from maybe Somerville, obviously, in that championship season. But when we were in the Premier League, it were him, and, we were actually looking towards Nonto and Somerville to pull us out at shit, which is a mad thing to think now, really, when, Somerville's gone on to do well, but Nonto can't get in our team, really. But he does have quality, though, doesn't he, 78 RPM, would you agree? 78 RPM reckons Okafor works harder than Nonto. To be fair, I do think Nonto puts a shift in. I do think you get that out of him, so don't think we'll meet in final MVG, but quarters or semis could happen. I don't know if I want that, though, Brett. That's the thing. It's final or nothing, Brett. Final or note for me and you, mate. Dale Hodgson's into Nonto, reckons he'll come good. And you know it, MVG. We're the only motherfuckers that want a cup run round here. You're not allowed to joke about it, though. I learned that the other day. You can't joke about it. I think Farker is better than Tudor and Pereira. If we lost Farker, we would get Dyche, not Pep. White Swan. Round of applause, mate. Also, Tyson Fury style. It's worth noting that, if you look at every single club around us, they're in absolute turmoil and they've gone to shit. And chopping and changing managers left, right, and centre. And bringing in managers that nearly did the best to relegate one of the worst Premier League teams in history, Wolves. And then he's ended up taking over at the end of the season at another relegation rival. It's like, bring it on. A Leeds Sunderland final would be awesome. I'd take the Leeds Sunderland final, yeah, because ultimately I want Brett Sunderland to do well as well, but I just don't want to. I don't want to meet too early. I want to keep the dream alive for both of us. Yep, City have drawn Newcastle, aren't the big man? So you've only got to get an upset off of Arsenal, and their Arsenal drop out. They are surely only ours. Walkovers, if you ask MVG, ain't messing about, mate. They'll go, mate. They'll go. Do not fear. Surely if Farker is in the Championship next season, he will have left us for Spurs. Yeets up 78 RPM. Because we aren't down there. No way. I don't think I can, to be fair. Ena, it's just a webcam. It's a fisheye webcam. It's for like studio streaming, so the idea is it captures shitloads of it. It's meant to be higher up. I used to use it as a second camera, but it's that handy on my top of my screen that I just rolled with it. Because sometimes you gotta roll with it. You gotta take your time. You gotta say what you say. Don't let anybody get in your way. Darren Elliott, where do we go with Facundi, Cornetto? Maybe should have given him 90 to blow his cobwebs off. Wasn't good, but who was on Sunday? Peru is gone maybe in the summer. Yeah, Peru Parisley, I think, is seeing his last... He's not starting another game for Leeds United, is he? I know he didn't start at the weekend, but I just mean that was him. I thought he might start at weekend, but I think Farker's looking ahead. Cornetto, he didn't deserve 90 minutes really, though. I don't mind mauling him off. I just think, you've got to make it happen. If he's not ready, he's not ready. It's like, I don't know, you've got to hold the new players. I'd rather us be more like that, where we hold the new players to a higher level than we do like Nonto. I think Nonto sort of earned 90 minutes. Dan James earned 90 minutes. For Cornetto's been here 2 minutes, and he, unless he's certain that he's going to get plenty of minutes out of him going forward. He looks good on ball. He's got a nice touch in that, but we say this all the time, don't we? They all do, don't they? They've all got a nice touch. Have we done a players that do nothing for most of the game, but then score a banger 11? No, we have not, MVG. That's getting wrote down as well, mate. Players that do no and score. Because they're the players, there's a few of them, MVG, where you just got to keep them on, innit? Because they'll just get you the result, won't they? Season 3 Blackadder with Robbie Coltrane. He's hilarious with the dictionary. Well, I've not seen it, but I do like a cheap laugh at the dictionary, so I'll pretend to check it out, Roger. Yes, Dale. I'm not sure what we were rambling on about at the time, but the memory's not what it once was. Did you know your walls are curling in on you? It's like a horror film. Does it actually freak anybody out, guys? Oh, sorry, Badge. Does it do it to my fingers? I mean, like a reflection. Like a... I can't remember the X-Files theme. I nearly went da-da-da-da, da-da-da-da-da. That's not that, is it? Is that Final Countdown? What's X-Files theme now? It's really simple, isn't it? Fuck it. Need some ayahuasca. Bogo great going forward, but heinous in defence. He's not heinous in defence, Roger Slicker. I know you playing with the words, mate, but I wouldn't be opposed to Nonto, Tanaka, Gruev, Peru, DJ, Pascal, Perry, and Meslier being sold in the summer. Fucking hell, they are. That's some serious outgoings. That would leave us in with the bare bones, wouldn't it? As long as we get good offers, and that's my controversial comment of the day. That is not a good way to go. Truly, it's trying to get players in the door before you get. You're gonna have to get rid of one or two. Perry can go for me, really, and although I don't know. I think if we're savvy in the I don't know any goalkeepers, but if we're savvy in the market, I just think you can pick up a fucking bargain. You don't have to go for a big name like Perry was. I know it's because Leon was struggling or whatever, but Peru will go. Tanaka or Nonto, one of them two may go. I think Nonto will want to go, really. I know Tanaka really celebrated at the end, but I thought he pulled his headband off a little bit aggressively on Sunday. I'm not sure that I'm just over-analysing stuff, but Mez will go. But other than that, you want to hold on. Gruev can be upgraded, of course, as they all can. But I think, for instance, Struick's been brilliant this season, and if he wants to keep three at back going forward into next season, my man Docs Farker and the medics. I can't remember what we sold him for, Brett. What did Leeds sell Somerville for? 25 million, in excess of 25 million with add-ons. Not much more than that, really, though, Brett. I know he's done well past few weeks, but how many goals has he got? He's only got 4. 6 goals in all competitions. I know he's gone on a roll of late. He's scored several in recent matches against Burnley, Chelsea and Tottenham. But 4 goals in 23 appearances. I know West Ham have been so bad, but it'll have gone up a bit. Well, if West Ham were to go down, they'd be on the verge of struggling to get rid of him, really, though, because I think people would really swoop in on West Ham. I don't know what the wage structure will be like and stuff, but they've been in Prem for a while, haven't they? So if they went down, it'd be heinous for them, wouldn't it? It'd be heinous for them. And, your Bowens and stuff, that'd be the ones that are definitely on the way out. So they'd be trying to, stabilise, really. Because they've got some big players, haven't they, ultimately? Somerville would go, probably, but I don't know if anybody would be really snapping him up, Premier League-wise. Maybe I'm wrong, That keeps Dr. Farker at the helm, though, JT, and then my man's won something. The big difference between Somerville and Nonto is that Somerville grabbed his chance with both hands. He did leave, but he also banged a shit ton of goals in, didn't he? So Somerville is over his injuries. He's now always on the score sheet. He also struggled for game time a little bit early doors, didn't he, Roger Slicker? But progress through the cup. I love it. Do, 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 do. If Somerville keeps his form going, he could be worth 50 million. It takes some going, though, that, Brett, I do believe. He'd have to get 10, 12 goals to end the season. And I do think West Ham will fall off again. So, I mean, let's have a look at that. We were looking at this other day, weren't we? But Bournemouth next. Drew with Man U, beat Burnley, got beat to Chelsea, beat Sunderland, beat Tottenham, got beat to Forest, got beat bad to Wolves. So they're not this idea. I know they've just turned a bit of a corner, but it's only in comparison to themselves because they've been that shit. They've got Bournemouth at home, then they've got Liverpool away, Fulham away. Then they're in against Brentford in FA Cup. Man City at home, Villa away, Wolves at home, which, they should win, but they've got turned over, didn't they? Only team to get turned over by Wolves. So, he'll struggle again. I know I watched the first 10 minutes or so, Roger, and then I had to come on here. I didn't have to, but I wanted to, so... It was quite good, to be fair. There's a headline about him going in on Ange Postecoglou, couldn't they, saying, he's lucky or whatever, which, I fully agree with. Oh my God, is that a pen? No, it's not given. Benfica, whoever he is, up top going flying. I don't think it looked like a pen to me, but Rudiger flying in. Don't mind it, does he, Rudiger? I think lad's offside anyway. Yeah, they've been offside anyway. Oh, it's not a pen, but it's fucking stupid from Rudiger, that. Oh, no, it's a decent tackle. I thought he left himself in there a little bit longer than he did, but it's still high and like a bit mental. He's not right in the head, Rudiger. 78 RPM. Anyone who is not hyped for the cup is dead inside. Oh, and if we had not brought Amps on for Cornetto, we would be out. I agree, 78 RPM. He came on and just totally got all that game, didn't he? We all want a decent cup run, but this season there's too much risk and we should put all our focus into staying up, especially when our key players are injuries. They're not prone to injuries, AO. We're not getting injuries. Dr. Farker and the medics have got it on lock, mate. If is the operative word, Brett. He was streaky for us too. Dropped off massively in the second half of Farker's first season. I think we got not found out, but I think we were over-reliant on him as well, weren't we, MVG? And I think if you double up against him, obviously it's difficult. And we weren't really putting ball into areas for him. It was just giving him it and hoping that he'd do something with it. He's got another couple of gears to go through, I do believe. That doesn't surprise me, Roger Slicker. I do wonder what the future is for players like Somerville in the Premier League that is placing more and more emphasis on physical size and strength. Yes, MVG. The only thing about him is he's rapid, isn't he? And he's nimble. He's got a low centre of gravity in that, hasn't he? Let's face it, not the FA Cup. What else? Sunderland or Leeds will. Can't just have survival scraps as an ambition. Yes, Brett. It's the only thing that you could legitimately one year win. And as you well know, you got to be in it to win it, mate. And we both are. So I'm riding solo. I'm riding high with it. We only need 12 points to stay up. With ease, cup won't impact that in the slightest. I agree, 78 RPM. It will not. It will not. If he keeps going the way he is and West Ham go down, I would want him. Yeah, I do. I mean, I've enjoyed watching him. To be fair, Brett, I watched him every week. Yeah, I'd have him back. Yeah, probably would. Yeah. Have you heard that we was so quiet at Brom? At Birmingham. He's a tidy player, just inconsistent. Again, consistency is the... Vinicius Jr. rips it. What a goal that is. What a goal that is. Bastards. He's fired that in. That's the consistency we are discussing, MVG. That is what... Somerville's got that in his locker to some extent. Maybe not with that amount of pace, to be fair. He just fired it in. But, oh, what's ref on about here? What's ref on about here? Are they over-celebrating or something? Otamendi's kicking off about something. I think he was injured, wasn't he, Roger Slicker? That's what people told me. I've not actually seen his interview, but I've not heard anybody say it. I just saw on Twitter that he absolutely rips it a new one here, does Vinicius Jr. Really wide left. Cuts in. He's not even... That's a really tight angle. That is top bins from the tight angle, that. That is world class, is that? Really tight angle. Oh, he's ripped it in. Top bin. Cracking goal. Don't think Bowen would leave London. Also, he's inconsistent. It's hard to be consistent in that side, isn't it, as well? That's one thing Shit, I forgot about the poll. Farker, yes. 74%. My man Farker, if he can last long enough, he can be eclipse Bielsa. I meant Somerville grabbed his chance commanding a start spot with both hands not leaving. His performance earned the move and the club sold. I do not begrudge him that. He did all he could do, really, in that season, didn't he? He did his bit to send us up, and then we didn't get over that line. And like you say, the club will be also planning to move him on. To have moved him on. If we'd have not gone up, that was clearly the plan. If we were higher in the table, we could afford a decent cup run, but with relegation breathing down our back, it's not worth taking the chance. We need to stay up. It just don't make a difference. I also don't think football works like that. Do you know what I mean? Like if you played in FA Cup, I don't think that's where you get the injury. Get the injury from anywhere you want. Like, you know, any game. Playing 2 minutes too long or, you know, get injured in warm-up. It's not, you know, these players, they're finely tuned athletes. They need to be playing often. What is going on here? Have they restarted game yet? 'Cause they're all kicking off about something. Having watched a recent showreel of Patrick Bamford's best goals, how can so many Leeds fans take piss out of the lad? Are you on one, Roger Slicker? It was just it was a hit piece of the month, wasn't it? That's all it was. Crack. Get up the crack. If you think about AO, there's 12 games left. You only need a couple of wins and draws. Plenty, mate. Plenty in tank. Not even slightly concerned about relegation. It ain't happening. 78 RPM. Sleeps well at night, mate. No need for Horlicks up in that gaff. Hey up. Who's been binned off here? What's all fireworks going off here? I'm missing it all. Action. Mourinho cuddling Vinicius Jr. What's fucking else going on? What is going on? I could just put the sound on and find out, but yeah, it's a banging goal. That. I don't know what's going on, Mark Bradley. Vinicius Jr. put one in top bin and all hell's erupted ever since. I don't know who's been sent off though. Is it one at coaches or something? Or is it Vinicius Jr.? Who's been sent off? I don't have a fucking clue what's going on here. I need sound, I think, but I can't be asked getting every pop-up in under the sun. I want this season over so we can rebuild and target a top 5 spot next season. Well, if we're going for top 5 next season, AO, there's no cup run. Top 5, this is the only season that we could likely get the cup run. If you're going for top 5, there'd be no space for a cup run. That's where, you know, every point matters. And yes, every point matters in the relegation battle, but I mean in terms of like, you know, a draw to a win. You can take draws down where we're at. Just keep plodding along. If you're going for top 5, what is going on here? Has somebody said something to him? Who's been sent off? Is it this Prestinia lad? Fuck knows what's happened here. James Justin wasn't having his best game against Birmingham, but his equaliser was sublime. James Justin? Equaliser? Are you on about? What are you on about? James back. Problem. Green grass. Do you know what's going on, Green Grass, with game here? They've been decent. I think they're unbeaten in 8 or something, Brett. It was just a good game. It's hard. It's hard. Greengrass. It's Greengrass. Taddy Greengrass, isn't it? Yeah, to be honest, I thought it'd be something to do with that. Why is he sat on bench though, now? What's... He got a red card out, JT, didn't he? Did it bollocks? Yeah, well, best goal I've ever seen in my whole life, Roger. Honestly, I think it might be worth bringing him back. He's unreal, isn't he? He's literally... Did you see him? He scored. He's one of them wingers that scores like once or twice a season and then... I'm going to have to Google it, JT. Somebody got sent off. He got a sort of card up in there. He's fucking loves it, doesn't he, Vinicius Junior though? He's always on some sort of a pissy whinger. So Vinicius Junior's been booked. Maybe nobody did get a red card. He got a red card out. Must be one at coaches, JT. Why is the game not restarting here? Get a grip of the game. Get a grip of the fucking game, ref. So Vinicius Junior's been booked, but I think one at coaches got sent off. I saw him with a red card in his hand. Yeah, it must be Jonathan Wright, yeah, because he's proper kicked off here, isn't he? If you have a chance for promotion, you push and go for it. Why is he run to ref if somebody said something to him as well? It's... You've got to go and try and win it, haven't you, Brett? You might as well just bin yourself out right from start. Oh, he does have his fucking mouth covered up though when he said something there, to be fair. He got a card out. One at coaches has been sent off. He got a red card out. Mourinho's first assistant. He did cover his mouth up then when Vinicius Junior went running off though, didn't he? I wonder if he fucking did say something, you know, it's a bit mental, isn't it? Yes, indeed, Roger Slicker, yeah, no messing about. Wrexham 2-1 up. Bristol, is it Bristol? 2-1 up to Bristol. I don't know why Bristol are in league. 10th. That's a pretty big game, to be fair. 6-pointer. He did have his mouth covered up, didn't he? Then he's whispered something that, you know, has certainly disgruntled. Fucking get on with game, ref. They don't half piss about, don't they? It's been a good game, hasn't it, Luke? Yeah, bit of fire in belly will help as well, won't it? Mourinho will be loving it. I wasn't sure whether to pick this one as well. But I'm sort of glad I did. No, but I like the Wallywick Brolly, Roger. I'll check that out. I actually like the guy. I can't help it. Just when he were with Jamaican international team and that, I genuinely like him. What is interesting now is if somebody's going to start trying to lay that lad out that looked like he said something. or whether he's totally happy to just, you know, whether he's on that shithousery level. I think Spurs is less knee-jerk. Sean Dyche was actually doing all right when I know Forest is shit, but Forest, I said at the start of the season they'd be in relegation battle, and then I thought they were going to be all right, and then I've turned out right, so I was right to be wrong to be right again. But they're on their fourth manager is just mental, innit? Edge at box strike, he's hit his hand, but he had his hand behind his back and he scuffed it. Lashed away. I want to see this lad get on ball here and see if anybody tries to lay him out. But so the Spurs one I think makes sense, to be honest, Brett. You can't keep going like that. Postecoglou got away with it last year as well, being absolutely turgid in league. I mean, I don't know whether I don't know how the stats work, whether Frank was better. At this point in the season than Postecoglou or what? Probably not, to be fair, but green grass. Imagine how many times Vinny gets racially abused. Must be the only coloured person in football. I agree, but to be fair, he did cover his mouth up, didn't he? But you don't always know it's all to do with him being of race, do you? He could have just gone, your fucking breath stinks, mate. You stink of BO, you. That's the type of shit I'd be coming. That's all I'd have in locker. Like, you fucking stink of BO, mate. And then Vinicius Jr. be running off to ref, running off to fucking daddy. Tell him that his big brother JC just dropped some racial bomb on him. Like, I just told him he stunk. It don't work, MVG. That's also a good shout, man, yeah. Chopping and changing, that is no good. You got to get it... Well, you've got to get it right, haven't you? And you really, would you back... I can't stand Sean Dyche, by the way. But would you back Sean Dyche to keep you up? I think you probably would. And if you won at this point, then why did you hire him? I thought Benfica might have been in then. Yeah, I was umming and ahhing in MVG, but I'm proper up for that now, to be fair. I mean, it'd be mint if Spurs went down, to be fair. But then if Arsenal won league and Spurs went down, I don't think I could deal with Arsenal fans. So Forest appointment makes no sense. No, it's ridiculous. Has he got ties with him, though, Marinakis or whatever he's called? Is that what that's about? The good, the bad, and the football is... It's a player on words from a famous Clint Eastwood film. No spoilers. I know the film. I've never seen it. It's the good, the bad, and the ugly, innit? Now I don't actually know why I know that title, but knowing a title of a film is slightly different from seeing it, isn't it? So, what the old you've got BO, mate. The old nose stopper. That's a fair shout as well, White Swan, to be fair. And it give them a bit of a taste of what it actually can be like, do you know what I mean? Just have a bite of that, you bastards down there. But they'd come straight back up, wouldn't they? I mean, I actually heard some knobhead on Talk Sport the other day saying it'd be the best thing for Spurs to go down, and he was a Spurs fan, allegedly. Just thought, what is with some fans? How can that ever be the case, where the best thing that can happen for Spurs Football Club is to go down? And then it'd be mint, but he'd never ring up again, would it, when they stayed down there in cauldrons for 16 years? Is that Vinicius Jr. flying into challenges now? No. Being racist, it's just a black dude. MVG, everyone covers their mouths in football now. Could have been asking for some tea and biscuits and he'd have his mouth covered. I agree. Big Lizard and everyone off to Kip soon. I'll be half 3. I'll be half 3. Green grass, what you on about? I'll be half 3. I feel a top 11 who Jack disliked list. We can do a definitely most disliked list. Most disliked 11 list. I'm actually happy to go with the with that. We could just, you know, I'm happy to actually be the adjudicator of who I dislike the most, so people could just pop them in, and then I'd be able to. I'd pick the side from there. So I need to get on BMG's 11s though. I need to find some time to do that because it'd be mint. It's not telling me that anybody's been sent off. You'd think it'd say. I know, Ina. I know you've said it's Mourinho's assistant. But you'd think it'd say that, wouldn't you? In the prompter here, but it don't. You'd think it'd say, you know, who's been sent off. It doesn't really matter, does it? It's a stat from the game, innit? Is that all it is, Brett? Yeah, I thought they maybe worked with each other at some point, or I knew him or something, but I mean, he might know him from being Portuguese, but you know what I mean. Brighton also in the picture for their form is dire. The bottom of the league is terrifying for many, isn't it? Really, it's up to West Ham to make a fist of it. If West Ham, you know, pick up a couple of wins, then we're all in it, aren't we? Like I say, Palace have just sort of pulled away ever so slightly. You know, 8 points is quite significant at this point, isn't it? But they've got Conference League to piss around in as well, bear in mind. But 8 points is significant. But like I say, Brighton 7 points, Leeds 6 points, Tottenham 5 points, crazy. Then Forest 3 points. What a win that was. Get up. That's the difference, boys. Georgie. Soon it'll be 3:30. It's a brutal world we live in. I'm up at 3:30 and all Taddy Greengrass, but I'm not a big pussy whip bitch. Hey up. He's in here. Oh, it's not a bad delivery, but it's just a bit too much on it. Stuck up to back stick. Oh, caught out with a flick. Balls. Balls into the box, mate. Need more of them. Milner has equalled record for most Premier League appearances. Yeah. Not as him or Gareth Barry. Oh, 6-yard box. Turns, loses the ball. Milner or Gareth Barry in terms of career, who we're going with here. Best career. Milner. Or Barry. Hey, this one's for you. This poll's for you. Hey, the Scottish 11 times, and it's not. They don't have to be Scottish. It's then that can't take a joke. JC hates all the Farker outers. I don't, JT. I respect the statement. I respect anybody that says that the Farker out. What I don't respect is the grifters that didn't want to say it, and then when they started getting called out for not saying it, they started thinking, well, I'll start saying it then. And then now it's all gone gravy again. They all just start, you know, they all just wait again. They're all just back in the fucking wings, not Enar style. Just back in wings waiting. It's like, I feel you lurking. Not in a good way, not Enar lurks. Not the way Enar lurks. Vinicius Jr. again, where he scored his goal from. He might have a pop because he's playing on a bit of anger. He tries to flick it over. Otamendi wins header. Vinicius Jr. on edge of box. Strike straight down keeper's throat. Brett, just think though, not everyone in the bottom will be able to reach 40 points. Yeah, because obviously, to be fair, yeah, they're all going to pick points up with each other as well, aren't they? So they're out of it, really. Anybody above us is out of it. You know, 6 points is just too close to be out of it. But I think 7, 8, and 9 points is getting too far away, really. Ball in box. He takes a touch. Ew, it nearly fell to him. Our Spurs too good to go down. Where would that leave Archie Gray? Leave Archie Gray in Championship, Roger Slicker. Don't think they're too good to go down, but I think they're probably too big to go down. I think they're too far. I think they'll pick up too many points to go down. I think that's the reality. You know, you can make all excuses in the world, but yeah. Maybe not 3:30 to be fair, MVG, but I'm getting up at what time I've got to be there? 7, 5, 6, 7. I'll be getting up at 4:30. And I didn't sleep last night for fucking love nor money. I stayed over in Lowcroft or something I stayed over in. And then travelled back up today. Working like a dog. 2 years ago, Jack, could you ever envisage a Leeds side with 2 Cresswells and Harry and Archie Gray? Save, keeper, Benfica, Real Madrid corner. Vinicius Junior's bang up for it. No, not really. And it never happened neither, did it? Roger. You know it, AO. We don't mess about. JT's a dead daughter. I know it, mate. And you know it, and you know it. Oh, that old chestnut Enar. I must have upset you, Enar, somewhere along the way, brother. Oh, fucking hell, Luke, really? Wrexham on the fall on the D-Lo. No, Roger Slicker, I can't, unfortunately. PP. Faker still has it to prove by keeping us up, as we've sloppily lost too many points this year. And I'm with JT lols. Mbappe there, showing why he's not in our left sweet left peg 11. They're on about changing Championship, aren't they? And putting you know, making it just more teams into playoffs and like having like a one game off against would it be, I think 5th and 6th would play 7th and 8th, and then it'd go to normal after that. But I think it's quite a good idea, really, just in a one off, and whoever's higher plays at home, just in a one off game. But I'm actually half up for it, because I just think if you finish 5th and 6th, you don't deserve anything. So you know you're in a position of like privilege anyway, isn't it? You're down with OPP? Yeah, you know me. You're down with OPP? Yeah, you know me. I want to tell you like, oh, I want to tell you like, oh, I want to tell you like, and Don't look together. I don't know why I'm mixing so many different random songs there, but nobody do it how we does it. If you don't know by now, you never knew. Has Greengrass left the building then, or what? I did say 10 minutes to him, to be fair, an hour and a half ago, didn't I? But I don't get butter that easily, Jack. It just says pause, and I can't unpause it or reactivate it or something. Do not fear, ER. Fucking hell. ER. Enar, do not fear, brother. Benfica, wide left. Benfica, number 10, wide left. How much are Leeds reliant on DCL and Metro? As much as anybody are reliant on strikers in any team, in any league, for any squad, any manager, any club. How much are Man City reliant on Haaland? How much are Arsenal reliant on Havertz, that guy that I'm not sure who he is, that masked man? I can never remember his name because I don't even know what he looks like, the masked man. Which one's that, George McPherson? Welcome, by the way. Oh, fucking Benfica keep getting a little whiff of it, and then they keep bottling it. How come points lost means sloppy Farker, but unexpected points gained have nothing to do with him? It's nuts. It's funny, and it's 78 RPM. If we do well in FA Cup, or say we go out to Norwich or whatever, everybody will say how much of a waste of a time it was. And then if he don't play his first team, it'll be that he's not taking it serious, and we'll get to go all over. You know, we get to go. It's just a fucking roller coaster, isn't it? Yeah, have you not heard George McPherson? So it's quite cool. I don't mind it. Like I say, so third, fourth, fifth, and sixth currently play. Third plays sixth, don't they? And fourth plays fifth. But what they're on about doing is seventh and eighth playing fifth and sixth in a one-off, just one game, 90 minutes or extra time or whatever. And whoever wins that then plays third or second or third, and then vice versa. So seventh and eighth could effectively get in to the playoff semi-final. It's just it makes like a quarter final, but it doesn't involve the third and fourth team in the league. So like this year, looking at the table now, they're not obviously doing it this year, but apparently they're up for it. But I don't see a problem with it. I think it'd be quite fun. And as I say, I'm a merit-based football fan, but I don't think there's any merit in finishing sixth in league, really. I just think you might as well give seventh and eighth a crack at it as well, get everybody involved. So at the moment, Millwall are third, which is mad. I didn't realise they were third. Ipswich, Hull and Derby, so they're going to go into playoffs as normal. Hull and Derby are fifth and sixth, so Wrexham are seventh and Preston are eighth. So Preston would play Derby and Wrexham would play Hull City. Or Hull City would play Preston and Derby would play Wrexham. Regardless, they'd work it out. That's the way it'd be. Sixth would play seventh and five would play eighth in one home game, and it'd be whoever finishes fifth and sixth. So Hull and Derby would both play at home to seventh and eighth, and then whoever wins them games takes the place of fifth and sixth. So the likelihood is fifth and sixth just win the games. But really, when you look at the league table now, it's like, why would Birmingham, for instance, who are 11th and they're on 46 points, they're 2 points behind Preston and Wrexham and Derby, 2 points behind being sixth in the league and currently qualifying for playoffs. This idea that it dilute the league's not quite true. Because the Benfica player goes down, he's never going to give that, is he? He's going to book him for diving. Is it him that's been muted for being racist as well? It is, isn't it? Yeah. There's not much of a difference in between them teams anyway. I'm hoping he gets dragged down here, but he definitely does. It's soft as shit, is that? No, we look good together. Won't be surprised if by Xmas Leeds and Sunderland have changed manager. Heard it here first. I agree, Brett. That's the awful thing of it, innit? JT is so negative. I can't get pause off. As much as every club in the world are reliant on their two main strikers, absolutely 78 RPM. What is going on with Regis, Brett? Never negative, says JT. I'm sure I said I want a cup run and win it. Yes, JT. Hang on in there, brother. Who else can't get pause off? What's occurring here? The board's plans got a feeling they might upgrade. They've just done the same with the sporting director, says Brett. Has he gone again? Fucking Vinicius Jr. from that wide angle's pinging him, but he's missed that one, to be fair. But how reliant were we on Kevin Augustin? 45 million, I'd say. Too reliant on him, mate. Game changer. Fans are going to be split over it. Apparently, all the teams in the leagues are game for it, though. As we are never playing in the Championship again, I don't give a flying fuck about the changes. Gets up 78 RPM, I agree. It doesn't really affect third and fourth, though. If you're third and fourth, even though I don't think you get that's particularly on merit, but, you have finished third and fourth. So, at least you're near first and second. But fifth and sixth, the liberty. If anything, it just sort of like gives seventh and eighth an opportunity, and then, third have got more chance of winning again. Bin the leagues all together and cups all way. Nah, yes. That might be the new formula, mate. That might be the way. Nah. I hope they're bringing off the racist diver. The racist diver's coming off. He's getting a round of applause, standing applause. And a pat on back from Mourinho, the racist diver. Dave Marwood, think he's got to play first team against Norwich. Got to throw everything at it now. Get up, Dave Marwood. Love it, mate. Ain't nobody down around here. Not fucking about, oh boy. Labrie seems to have done a pretty good job this season. What's the upgrade? It's mad, though. You're going a little bit, you know. I mean, he's not been on a wobble, is he, really? Oh, I've just kicked my camera off, haven't I, boys? Hang on, bear with me. Am I back? Does that work, boys? I don't know. I've never done that before. Am I back? Oh yeah, I'm back. That works. That's the formula to get the camera back on. Is it brighter in here now as well? This camera's fucking got a mind of its own, man. Who will play Okafor is injured in the next match? It depends. Is that a good enough analysis for you there, Thomas Smith? It depends. It depends on if Stack's back fit. Because he'll go, you know, he'll go, if he starts to play Longstaff, Ampadu and Stack, he'll stick Aronson up in and around Calvert-Lewin, and then Stack pushes on a lot more than people let on for. And that becomes the three. And it's quite an aggressive three. And Aronson gets involved in that. Longstaff can get involved in that. Ampadu does that deep press where he'll go really far forward. Don't know if you've noticed from their goal kicks. Fucking hell, he's just chinned him there. This is a feisty game. Feisty. Well, why not, Ena? Sorry, Ayo, just let every fucker have a go. What do Leeds need to do to attract best players apart from appointment of Ridsdale and O'Leary? They need to let the fans that actually like the club be heard. Hit them likes, yes, JT. That's the positivity we need up in this bitch. See, I'm surprised here that Milner's hammering that 90%. Barry had a pretty good career, you know. People will feel that those in 7th and 8th will be given the playoff spot instead of playing for it. Well, not sure on VG, but the board had a 5-year plan and now it's the end of that and upgrading quite a bit behind the scenes. What's occurring here, guys? What do you mean? Yeah, you need that new playoff system to come into act, don't you? He says he can't. He says he can never. Edge at box. I can't see it because my other screen's in way. Foul on edge at box. Very dramatic from my man, number 20. This is the technical heinousness we've come to expect. And you know it, MVJ. Enjoyed your comment other day, mate. I'm back in the room, boys. Hypnosis, mate. Is it a foul here? I can't see it. Only 1 year, but they still give the sporting director the boot during the week. Time waits for no one in this game now, does it? We're Leeds. Yeah, it's fair dues, isn't it? Joe's got red card. I hope it's having another wobble, my camera, innit? Only European football attracts the best players, and then PSR means... Fucking yeah, Jose's gone, hasn't he? It's mental, innit, JT, though? It's too much, innit? It's too much like he's cracking up, do you know what I mean? Probably a, to be fair. Let me have a look. It's just, I think Barry's played a lot more minutes. He's won significantly more. Barry's only won 2 major trophies, yeah. He won Premier League once and he won FA Cup once. Milner's won Premier League 3 times, Champions League, FA Cup twice, League Cup twice, FIFA World Club Cup once. So it's definitely him, innit? Barry still holds a record for the most minutes played in the Premier League, having played nearly 14,000 more minutes than Milner. It's a lot of more minutes that though, innit, for the same amount of appearances. That's hella minutes, innit? As the cool kids say. Might have a shortbread, guys. Do you mind if I crunch into a shortbread? Camera's having a fucking dick show now, innit? I might have to reset the thing again. Oh, it's on the top at bar. Back of the net. I need to invest in a camera, I think. I prefer this angle, but it's just a shitty webcam camera. That's the reality. Yeah, it's too much, innit? It'd do my head in a bit as well, because I'm not into it when, you know, like kicking off for no reason. And not for no reason even, but it's just too often, innit, when it's like, get the attention on me. What size is that fucker? George says the current playoff is fine. You have an interesting final day of the season to determine who gets to play in it. But you would though, wouldn't you? Again, George. It'd be even more competitive. There'd be like fucking 6 teams that can get in it. Like if it were this weekend. If it were this weekend to finish, Hull would have done it in 5th. So you'd have Derby in 6th. So if it were this weekend, it'd be Derby, Wrexham, Preston, Bristol, Southampton, Birmingham, Watford. There'd be 7 teams could get in it if it were this weekend. In 17, that's mental, is that? Yeah, 6 teams. I mean, Watford, well, to be fair, they could do it. They'd have to win by 4 goals and Derby'd have to lose, but then obviously everybody else would have to lose. But they'd be in it to win it. Hey, my God! 6-yard box cleared. Oh, you're joking, JT. You're joking. I know, I think I've sorted it, MVG. Appreciate you. Hey, it's probably doing over his head in, but Milner's a legend. I agree, Dale. No, it was glitching. Doesn't interest me neither, JT. You've got to, you know, there's got to be some respect on his name. It's a he's done a wild job for us. He's been awesome. I'm bored to back teeth of it, Brett. I'm sick of everybody going online and pretending that they're accountant at Ellen Road or something. It's 12 minutes added on. There will be though, won't there? Forgot, to be fair, with all that shit that kicked off. The amount of shit that people spout about our PSR and all this, you know, and then we were willing to put money down for Larson and that. Nobody has a clue. The only people that know are the people at the club, and that's obvious. And half of them don't know. It's all just, honestly, hogwash. Dishwater coming out of, just, you know, in the know. None of them are in the know. Fucking Dr. Farker probably doesn't know how much they've got to spend. Nearly lost it. You get in trouble now for nearly not winning league. Yeah, that's what I mean, 78 RPM. It ain't getting leaked out, that. Yeah, it'll be somebody looking for some clicks, I think, Brett. JT not happy with 120 mil neither. It's not nearly enough. It was shortbread. Yes, indeed, Roger Slicker. It's just from Aldi, but it's tasty, man. All but a Scottish shortbread as well. Scottish. Tasty. I'm back in the building, Luke. You know it, mate. Yeah, but don't matter now, because it's about how much you spend. I hope we just splash 120 million on one player and we do a Augustine again. Don't matter that you get 10 players in summer window and, you know, you've signed really well and you've got some brilliant pros in team. Brought some brilliant players in, but it's not nearly good enough. If you're not getting Mbappe and Donnarumma in net, Perry's our only shit signing, and even, you know, he got us into cup 5th round, mate. Only Southampton will have a chance of survival in top flight in the first season, whereas the other will go back down. Yeah, we were on about that. I think Brett mentioned that in one of Overlaps. We spent a good sum of money, Brett, and we spent really well, mate. So Leeds can never do enough, honestly. What I didn't want to do, which is what we didn't do, is go out and splash a load of money on Rodrigo and then everybody say how mint he was because he got 7 goals in one season or something, whatever it was. Oh, yeah, but we spent big on him. It's like, well, Calvert-Lewin didn't spend a penny on and he's got more goals. Mecha didn't spend a penny on and he's got more goals. So, but Rodrigo played up front once for Spain and Valencia, so nice one. Certainly no pundit or internet fan has a clue on Leeds United's finances. Without a shadow of a doubt, 78 RPM. And if anybody tries to tell you they do, they do. Our PSR should be well in excess of 120 million spend in the summer if Leeds stay up. Jack, have your contacts got you an in with Dave LUFC? Unfortunately not at the moment, Roger Slicker. 100% MVG. Take it all with a pinch of salt. Who's Ocean? Oh, this ref is stopping everything for everything here. It's not a bomb, ref. Just chuck it off at side, kid. What is it, a pen or something? The dickheads are, they're throwing stuff on like, but... It'd be funny if it's a vape. It'd be funny if you had a toot on it, wouldn't it? It's how well you spend, and we will do that. 78 RPM strikes again. But what do you mean though, JT? That's good, isn't it? Do you want to spend money? Would you be happy if we'd have spent 30 million on them both? 15 million each, that'd be good money for it, wouldn't it, for what we've got? Is it just about spending money, or can we get the right players? How much were Beale? Beale's been brilliant. How much were Longstaff? Longstaff's been good. How much was Stack? Stack's been brilliant. That's what I'm saying, JT, though. That's what, you know. We don't need to fuck about. You don't need to spend a fortune. You just spend well. If we go again like we did this summer, and we're smart and savvy, and we make sure that it ain't just all around Europe players that we bring in, and we actually bring in some proven Premier League quality. Longstaff haven't been shite, JT. Behave yourself. Crazy good, Dale. Mental. Mint mad mental. If you think, though, spend another 120 million plus in summer on top of last summer's spend should have you pushing 12th upwards next season. But before we go big, though, Brett, that's all I'm saying. Before we go big, we've got to go... You got to get the big dickers in, haven't you, if you're going to go big. And the big wigs don't want it. And when they get here and you've spent big on them and they realise that they don't fancy it, they're soon upped and fucked off, aren't they? Yes, Dale Hodgson, appreciate you, brother. Get them likes smashed in now, boy. I must admit, Granit Xhaka was a serious top signing by Sunderland. Yeah, I did my best to write that off as well, 78 RPM. I wanted him. And then I think it was Joe Wainman that took piss at me for wanting Xhaka. And then, so when Sunderland signed him, I was like, I didn't want him anyway. I wouldn't have taken him, and then he was mint. And I was like, I bet his legs go, and he's been mint, hasn't he? That's what I mean here, you know. I mean, Tanaka's fallen off of a cliff, hasn't he? But and I've tried not to rise to it, MVG. Should have spent 30 million on Trafford. Old Trafford. I think Trafford decided to go to one of the biggest clubs in the world, didn't he? European signings are the way forward, Jack. Get more for your money when you buy from other top leagues. I disagree, though, Brett, you see. I think it's an absolute myth. I think I've seen this film before, and I don't watch films. We did it last time, man, and it's not guaranteed to work whatsoever. It's total pot luck. The last thing I want to do is bring, have the Voldemorts of the world jizzing into wank flannel over, players like Mark Rocker. And then people like Longstaff get shit, and you just think they're Premier League players, mate. Mark Rocker got here and didn't know what to do. He had no idea what to do. Longstaff, you know exactly what it is. If you don't rate him, fine. I don't give a fuck. He's better than Mark Rocker. Jack, non-swimmers can't drown in the Dead Sea. Half the body sticks out of the water. Diving in spits you out the surface in a flash. You know about my man there? I wasn't surprised Jack analysed Longstaff's day in the live video to the nth degree. Couldn't help myself, MVG. I was in car with him, literally. He's a nice chap as well, though, isn't he? But he's on that's what I mean, on that Premier League. He's just a Premier League player, and it's like, nice car, nice man. Happy to be here. Gets it. Who will pay for the ground expansion? Silver Steve, I reckon, George McPherson. I'm going with Silver Steve to pay for that. I was indeed, MVG. I wanted to be able to sneak up on him, but I was assessing the road. He was obviously talking to Bridges in car, and I'm like looking at road thinking, like, trying to recognise a bush that I've thrown a Johnny into or something. Jack, can you make Paul on Trafford in or out? Me personally, no. You won't take Trafford? Would you take Trafford? I'm yes all day to take Trafford, to be fair. In what comments, Roger? Rocco was diabolical, big man. Fucking pony. Look at Sunderland signs bought from top European leagues. Only bought Xhaka from Premier Experience. I know, Brett, but it's gone well for you, big man. Went drastically bad for us. Man United have done it at the top tier. They've spent fortunes on European footballers, and all of them have been dog shit. It's just not guaranteed to work. We brought Okafor in, who's been decent enough, but you know, you'd have been better off spending big on James Trafford and putting him out wide, wouldn't you? Free signings are the way to go if you can get a couple like this season. Byram's better than Rocker, and you know it, AO. Longstaff has proven to be good with his long throws and kicks. Longstaff's got loads in the tank as well, and he'll get better. Unlucky to get injured when he got injured, because he was getting into the side quite a bit. We've got Cashford Stadium, 49ers shareholders, and business all chipped in. They'll be able to offset that against all sorts as well, won't they, Luke? Tyrone Mings is a Prem player and he's wank. I agree. I think Aronson and Gruev stepping up has been like new signings. That's what's mint about when players are coming back from injury and stuff, and they do turn up, don't they? And you're just like, it's like if we get Dan James back and stuff, and then Okafor's obviously out injured, but by the time he gets back, it all feels like brand new stuff, doesn't it? And if they hit the ground running. Open stance position. If you know, you know. Vinicius Junior. Imagine being Trafford Dreve, moved to City, and then they signed Donnarumma. I know. It's the second time they've done him over as well, isn't it? He went to Burnley, proved himself. Everybody were like, he's the West Coast warlord. Mbappe, edge at box. He's probably going to end up going down. Cuts it across. Defended well. Ref's going to blow up now, though, I think. And that's it. Yeah. Game's gone. Game's done. Longstaff lacking charisma. I laughed when he couldn't get his sweeties and chocolate bars on the Leeds team bus. Lacking charisma? Why? Because he likes chocolate and sweets, Roger Slick. Can't accept that, mate. I've just chowed down on a shortbread. All but a Scottish shortbread assortment. I don't know why it's an assortment, because I thought they'd be different. But they're just different shapes. I don't know if you can get different shortbreads, to be fair, but I love a good shortbread, mate. It's a good scouting system you need. Scouting the players that's going under the radar of the top teams. I still think it's pot luck, though, Brett. Honestly, you've got to catch them at, the perfect time for the perfect. The windows are so difficult. They're so cloudy and murky, the windows. If you can get the right player at the wrong time, and his stats can be ripping it up in Germany. Look at Wirtz and stuff. They're bringing him in. He's been shit. I don't care what anybody says. Turned up a bit. Even JackCity and stuff, and Reindeers, they've been decent enough for Man City. They're obviously second in league, doing well. But they're not anywhere near the level that they need to be, are they? In order to be anywhere near what Man City have been at. They're the right players. They're just not the potential not at the right time. Chelsea used to do it, but they used to sign everybody, so it didn't matter. We've got Salah and De Bruyne, and best players in the world at times. But then not there wasn't at the time. I mean, I actually thought Salah was decent every time I saw him at Chelsea. De Bruyne not so much. He had a couple of stinkers, but George McPherson, the expansion should start this summer, all being well. From what I know, they will do it without reducing the capacity. Yeah, I'm hoping it don't cause too many disruptions, to be honest. But they won't want to do it. I just don't understand. Will they move? Will they move people? Will you get different? Like if that's your seat, what they're gonna do? Will you just not be able to go, or what will happen? I don't know what will happen. He don't lack charisma, man. He's not. I don't think he wants camera up his arse, Roger Slicker. He was just being nice one. He's just laughing away. What do you want him to do? Start cracking jokes every 2 seconds? He was just chatting away. To be fair, that's not a bad result for Benfica, really. But well, it's a bad result in terms of the 1-0 down, but you can still make that face at him. 3 seasons' time will show the real strength of our respective teams' transfer strategies. That is also true, 78 RPM. You can't get it right once and then crumble. Which, I'm reluctant to say that's what we did in the Bielsa year, but, you know, we just relied on Bielsa, didn't we? And then when we got Marsh in, we got all clowns in. The problem Leeds and Sunderland have got is if we buy Prem-proving players, they cost more and our transfer pots won't go very far. But we've done that, though. That's what I mean, though, big man. Just players that understand league, like Calvert-Lewin we got for free. Longstaff we got for 10 million or whatever it was, 15 million. You just got to be a bit smart about it. There's players floating around. Nick some players. Nick some, you know, you can get... Players will get behind what we're doing as well. They'll think they can make a big change for us. It's an interesting question, that, Roger. It might spark Brett. Brett's a relaxed man up in this bitch as well. Longstaff seems to have enough personality in the dressing room, and that's what matters. That's what I mean, 78 RPM. They all seem to like him, don't they? And he's always talking and stuff. You know, and he were right calm. When he put final pen in the other day, he were right calm afterwards and stuff. He's not going ballistic about it or whatever. He wants us to go into the next round, but, you know, he puts his penalty away well. Seems like a calm... They all seem quite calm, I think, to be honest. They seem like a decent group, and it's always dangerous when you say that, because then it all comes crashing down, doesn't it? Yeah, you've got to go. I'm not saying we Leeds definitely need some sprinkles, some special sauce. I'm just on about you don't have to break the bank or go into Europe for every single player. I just think, you know, I wanted Longstaff before we even were looking at I wanted Longstaff the year before last. I want players like that. I wanted Emile Smith-Rowe and players like that aren't necessarily chopping it up, but just they'd be decent. And if I can get them playing, they'd be decent. I wanted to do, you know, what Notts Forest did. Gibbs White and play, you know, just nick some players that have, you know, we were on about it all last year. You know, nick some rejects, nick some top teams rejects. We don't need to be competing at that level. Just nick some rejects. Who don't think James Justin was a steal for 10 million now? Exactly, it's another one, 78 RPM, literally saying like what we're doing with him. I will be doing. Oh, yes, indeed. Is it 3 o'clock kickoff Villa game? I'll be definitely live for that. Yes, 3 PM. Yes, I will certainly be live for that. Big game, mate. Is it... Well, why is he lacking charisma then, Rodgers? I don't think he... I think he's a proper normal northern lad, big man. I don't think he wants Holt. I just think he just does his job, doesn't he? And he seems like cool enough, like, you know, just turns up to work and, like, you know, don't really do much. He was literally saying, I don't really do much. He's not superstitious about Holt and that. I liked him. He's calm. And he's always got a smile on his face. That's all you need round Gaff, really. The 12 to 18 month left on contract strategy, lower prices, not lower quality. 78 RPM. You're on that sniffer Clark vibes. He's snooping around in 6-yard box waiting for them contracts to lower down so he can strike. He used to strike while the iron's hot, now make it hot by striking. Brett comes in with some honesty here. I hate the Geordie bastards, but we are about 3 or 4 years behind them if we keep progressing. Yeah, they've got a big bag of money as well, haven't they, Brett, which is going to be hard to compete with, but it's good to have you both in the league. I don't mind Newcastle, which will probably do your head in, Brett, but just because a couple of my mates are Newcastle fans, and I'd rather they did well than many others. But, you know, for you, Brett, I'd pick Sunderland, don't worry. Yes, indeed, do not fear, mate. We'll be in and on and over here on Thursday. We will build the new top tier in the West Stand first season. Maybe whilst they develop the East Stand, they will move them across the West Stand. Yeah, but you've still got to kick somebody out of you, or they're going to build. Are you saying they'll build on back of it and then move them across? George McPherson, have you got a bit of a career in property development, mate? DCL's the poster boy. We do not need them all to be. DCL is the poster boy. We do not need them all to be. Yes, indeed. 78 RPM. Strikes again. You've only got, you know, and again, it's the quality of the Premier League. The players, they know the quality that it requires to play at that level, and they do it on a regular basis. And like say, DCL gets all headlines and what have you, and then players like Longstaff just turn up to training every day and get the job done. Jack, were the Chelsea players culpable of ignoring the kids from Hull? There's been a lot of spoke about this, hasn't there? I feel a bit... I'm surprised not one of them didn't turn around and, you know, shake one at lads' hands or something, but equally, they live in their own little bubble, don't the football players, and I think they're bumping into a lot of kids a lot of the time. I actually thought it was really stupid of Chelsea to upload it. I mean, you're literally throwing them under the bus there, aren't you? I don't know whether it's part of Chelsea's formula to get rid of players or something. That caused the right stare with the mascots. I know, I felt for it. But if I were one at kids, I'd just be happy to be stood there, so I wouldn't really give a shit, to be fair. Take it easy, JT. Appreciate you, brother. Yes, Neil Davison, well-soiled. We need to be well-soiled this weekend as well, mate. Cheers, JT. Take it easy, dude. Build on top of the current stand. My dad told me about this. It's from what he knows. Right, George, I'm up for it. We'll take it. Enar in the wings, and you know it. Yeah, they'll build up and out, then move over, and then build. But that will leave the ground skew with, won't it? Be a bit weird, won't it? Because it'll be like, will it be like a better atmosphere, really, though? Because it'll just be like fucking raucous over all around here, won't it? And then not so much. Although, to be fair, Upper East Stand, you can't hear fuck all from up there anyway. A glance, a smile, a wave don't cost anything. I would be stunned and embarrassed if our players did that. That's what I mean. You've only got to, you know, just go like, and then they'll all go crazy, won't they? Because it's also no coincidence when one of them does it, they all do it, don't they? So it's clearly like, I can't believe Chelsea uploaded it. Or one of them, you just think there's one of them. I don't care that they sort of stood around the corner. One of them's seen them, haven't they? Doesn't take a lot to be, you know, nice, does it? Just go like, you know, they're not being caught off guard. It's not like he's walking down the street and somebody goes, "Hey, Phillips, you dickhead," and then it's like, "Oh, fucking hell, what's going on here?" You know. So I think sometimes you expect them to. This is different, but when they're in the street, you expect them to know that they're being recognised, and in reality, sometimes they're probably just pottering about, and they're like, "The fuck are he staring at?" And it's like, well, you know, he probably recognised you. Like, oh, yeah, I suppose I am Calvin Phillips, even though nobody really probably recognises him that much. But no, yes, indeed, Brett. It's going to feel different until all the construction is done, but I think Ellen Road will still have that noise in it. Yeah, I agree, George. I think they'll fill it with a lot of shit. Well, that's the problem. They'll fill it with a lot of executive suites and what have you, but it does need a vajazzle done at the stadium. It does need a vajazzle. Because I wouldn't say it's run, well, I would say it's a bit run down, to be honest. But I just like it as it is, that's the thing. But I wouldn't want to move it. Like, I genuinely wouldn't want to move it. I wouldn't want a brand new stadium. I want it to still have I want it to have the heart of Ellen Road. I don't want to change me ways or getting down to the ground. Don't know what that was. South Stand is going to look out of proportion on the rest of the Leeds expansion. It's their fault for being at South Stand, Roger Slicker, innit? I joke, I kid, I kid. 1996 is the last time since the Grounders job done. So that is 30 years ago. Yeah. That's terrifying, isn't it? I want a wee pen! This is where Leeds are savvy. Expand what you've got instead of doing what Everton and Spurs have done. Yeah, it sent Spurs down as well, didn't it? If they go down with that stadium, it'd be fucking hilario, wouldn't it? Absolutely hilario. If Bielsa saw his players doing that, he would get the hand grenade out again. Yeah, he'd drag them all back out, wouldn't he, to be fair? He'd be like, give the goal, give the handshake, give the handshake, give the handshake. No Messi, no merda, no mercy, no merda. Tell you what, I cannot stop fucking. Is anybody else a fiddler? Can't stop playing with this that my mate gave me. Yes, Mingy boy, you're only 2.5 hours late, mate. What's good, big man? We're not boozing cruising though, we're just snoozing, floozing. We've watched a Real Madrid game, believe it or not. Loosely, very loosely. Ming in the building. I'd be down for a new stadium if we demolished Ellen Road and rebuilt a new stadium like Real Madrid. Boo. I don't want to lose our heart. Ming in the house, Ming in the building. Getting the respect he deserves. Pretty much MVG, yeah, he's landed right at the penultimate moment, hasn't he? MVG getting the feel for it, getting the feel for the end. The end is nigh, the end is near. I was a fiddler, but a night in the cell stopped that malarkey. Yeah, it does pretty quick, doesn't it? Once you sober up, 78 RPM, them nights, them lonely nights in the cells are not they're not refreshing come the morning, are they? It started out in Scottish and slowly morphed into Welsh. Yeah, I didn't. That it's not my forte. Pronunciation in general is not my forte, never mind foreign accents. Ming, you've missed the one time we've had a lot of sensible conversations. Yes, indeed, Brett. We've actually been chatting a bit, haven't we? She's been alarming. Nah. Whatever happens, you'll never silence Ellen Road. And you know it, Luke. You fucking know it, mate. You know it. Ena back in the building. Shout out to Ena. Back on the subscription list. Appreciate you, Ena, my brother. But yes, everybody, as the legendary MVG predicted, the end is nigh. I know, that is true, to be fair, Roger, yeah. That is true. I was going to have a bottle of beer, but I am up in, really, realistically, 5-6 hours, so I need to get a wee bit of shut-eye. And I've not accomplished all the goals that I wanted to accomplish today, but I've accomplished 2 out of 3. Actually, 4 out of 5 I've accomplished. No, 3 out of 4, actually. I've accomplished 3 out of 4 of my jobs. I've had a look at the 4th, but I've not quite moved it on as much as I wanted to originally. I wanted to move my project, my music project, a little bit further down the line than I have as opportunity to do today. And I didn't quite find the time in the day to do it. So I'll have to do my best to do it tomorrow. But I'm going to try and go live tomorrow. Again for an hour before I go to football. I also want to find a way of filming the six-a-side football because I think the content would be pretty funny. And I could upload it as a live and we could all watch it back and have a laugh over it, really. But, yeah. You know, we're always on about expanding, but, you know, it's... At one time, they thought of moving it to the Skelton area. They also had plans for the North and South Stand. I remember when we were young, they were on about moving it all the time, and I was like, used to shit my pants about it. Yes, Mingy. Enjoyed the few minutes we had, mate. Appreciate you, AO. Appreciate you, 78 RPM. Yeah, it was out, to be fair, RPM. Yeah, that was. And that lasted a good 30 minutes, didn't it, to be fair, so. Now then. Yes. Shout out to 78 RPM for the super chat. Shout out to my man Salfit and shout out to Legendary MVG for the super chat. Shout out to E9 in the wing, Brett for being a legend, Legendary MVG, and you know who you are, mate. Ming, George McPherson, Roger Slicker, Luke, I don't know, Luke might have gone now. JT's out, left the building. Anthony Greengrass has left the building. My man, Neil Davison. Ming sneaking it in there. Take it easy, MVG. You shouldn't have done that, Ming. But I appreciate you, brother, as you well know. I appreciate every which one of you. I've been fucking around with my ankle, with my other foot. And this is so pathetic, but I've been like going like that. And I think I've fucking burnt my fucking... I think I've burnt my ankle. That's all I've got to say about that. Good thing they decided to expand Ellen Road. Rather than moving it elsewhere, cost less and expand than to move. Yeah, and the repercussions of moving as well just takes forever. He is indeed Roger Slick. You know it, mate. It's also the... I think it's quite hard to recover from that. You can do it obviously in stages, can't you? There's a feeling that you've got to get on with it. And you'll massively go over budget with it and stuff, so... But yeah, you're distracting me, George McPherson, but I appreciate you, brother. Right, everybody, take it easy. I'm out of here. I prefer this camera angle. Do we all agree? Let's close this poll, don't I? Everybody's in on Trafford. To be fair, there are only 15 votes, but this camera angle's better, I believe. But the camera's a bit dicky in it, so we need to invest in a similar camera that's less dicky. Take it easy, everybody. Appreciate you, Mingy. Shout out to Salfie for the big super chat. 78 RPM. Legendary MVG. My main man, Ming. Camera, good. MVG. Camera, good. Take it easy, 78 RPM. I'm out of here. Really, I'm going this time. Appreciate you, George. In a bee.
Boom.